Mike's caught you kind of lighting into Buddy Hield tonight. We heard about Steph kind of having the player meeting the other day. How much right now is it on you two? Are you just trying to light a fire under this team a little bit?
For sure. As a leader, you have to try different methods. Sometimes you go to a guy, sometimes you don't. And Buddy, I've played with Buddy now for 30 games. Trying to learn what makes him tick, you got to try different methods. Like I said, some guys you go to, Jonathan Kuminga, I go to, and I say, hey, this is what I need you to do. Look at this way, and he'll go do it. If I yell at him, I don't think he's gonna do it. He ain't gonna listen. He's gonna get out of here, right? Steph, sometimes I go to him, sometimes I yell at him. He reacts to both. Like, as a leader, one thing I learned from Coach Izzo about leadership, you have to lead guys. If you think you're gonna lead a team, you're an idiot. You have to lead guys that make up a team. But leading someone doesn't look the same as leading the next guy. And you gotta figure out what makes guys tick, what gets a guy going. And so I'm still figuring that out, and to go at Buddy the way I did, we needed that in that moment. We're flat, we just turn the ball over, lock in. And that's no shot at Buddy. Dennis was at me the other day. He's been here for 2 weeks, and he was at me the other day. Great. It is what it is. Slow-mo called me out the other day. Dre, we getting punked. That's on you. Got you. No problem, right? Mike's catch everything today, but I don't care. Because anything I'll say it right into the mic. I don't give a damn. So it was needed. And we need Buddy Hield to play great. We need Buddy Hield to make shots. And we have all the confidence in the world that Buddy will make shots. But we got a post feed and you got a 6-foot guy on you, get the ball there. It's simple. We're 16 and 15. We don't love this. So do we just keep doing the same thing and sit back on our hands like, oh, it's going to change at some point, or do you make it change? I know what it looks like to win. I know what it takes to win. So as a leader, it's on you to figure out what it takes to help this team win. And if that's mixing it up with a guy every now and then, if that's yelling, then you do that. But don't be the guy that can't be yelled at, and I'll never be that guy. A teammate yell at me, great. I may say something back. Oh well, guess what? Buddy said something back to me. We're not dictators. It's just what you say doesn't go and everyone has to listen. No, he said something back. I said something back. He said something back. I said something back. Great. And we moved on, and that's how it's got to be. It's not always going to be peaches and cream, whoever thinks that are idiots. Lost 3 in a row. And we have a turnover in a critical part of the game where we need to get a good shot. Let's get that shot. I've happened to play a lot of championship basketball, a lot of meaningful basketball. Buddy hasn't had the opportunity to play a bunch of meaningful basketball in this league. Guess what? It's our job to make sure he understands what that means. And if people don't like it, so be it. That's why they don't have 4 championships and I do.
Dennis, Dalton Johnson, NBC Sports Bay Area, welcome to the Bay. And I just want to say, what was your first initial reaction to the trade and how does it feel to be a Warrior?
Thanks. First one, when it got announced, when my agent called me, I was shocked. I like the situation in Brooklyn. We just got settled in the house, shipped everything over, unpacked everything, and then we got the call. At the end of the day, me and my family, we happy now. We just got to move him over, hopefully before Christmas. But I think it's better now than at the trade deadline. So hopefully my family can come down and then we get all settled and we all together again.
You've said in the past that you really like San Francisco as a city in general. What makes you like this area so much?
I was in the Four Seasons every time when we came down with the with the team. But then when you walked out, it kind of looked like Europe, kind of looked like Berlin, with the Twain right on the street. That's what we have, and had one store with German candy in it, I remember. So I loved San Francisco, from the start. It was always great being here, playing here, seeing the fan base when they went on a crazy one, how loud it got, and just really happy to be a part of this organization. First practice treated me like we've been here together since training camp. Everybody was real chill, cool. Chemistry I see is like on the high level. You just see it as a winning organization.
Hi, Dennis. Chris Alvarez from ABC7 here. Welcome to the Bay. I know Steve revealed the call that you guys had, and he basically said you've kicked his butt on 3 different continents. What was your reaction to that? Because that kind of went viral here locally. It was kind of a fun soundbite.
I mean, national team, we played really well. 2023, played them in the semifinals. I mean, with the Lakers, obviously, 2022, great. Second round of a playoff round, how he was battling, how competitive it was. And I mean, we always got, respect for, I had respect for Golden State's just organization, what they done so far in this league. Obviously, Steve Kerr is a legend, playing-wise and coaching-wise. And just to be able to be around them now, especially Steph, seeing him, he's one of the, if not the best point guard ever, best shooter, of course. Just how to see how he works, and just excited to be a part of it. I played with a lot of people, a lot of future Hall of Famers the last couple of years, and him and Draymond, gonna make it kind of complete now. Really excited to be here.
From afar, what have you admired about Steph's game? Now you're going to get to see it up close and personal, but just playing against him and over the years, what do you admire most about Steph?
I mean, every time when I seen Golden State, when you go on the NBA app and you see Golden State plays, like you get excited because just how he plays it like a video game. He just having fun, laughing, making the right reads every single time. I mean, he's one of the superstars who I got a lot of respect for because he don't care if he scores 10, 20, 30, or 40. When he gets double teamed, he making the right play. And I mean, I'm really excited. I can't say it enough to be here, to be a part of something, special. To be around him, obviously around everybody else in that locker room, coaching staff, organization, you guys. It's new beginnings, so we want to make it special.
Kerr said that you're probably starting, so you're going to get a lot of minutes with Steph. Obviously, many minutes when Steph's out too. But basketball-wise, with a guy that creates so much space, and Buddy Hield creates space, how do you fit in that? How do you think that's all going to work?
We're going to figure it out. I think for me, it's just, like I said before, I played with a lot of Hall of Famers in the last couple of years, and I always find my ways. But the first thing what they said is just, play your game kind of, just be yourself. And we want you to, push the ball. If you don't have it, just run with Steph. And he going to make the play because they, 80, 90, 95% they're going to blitz the pick and roll. So it's going to be wide open shots on the weak side. And we are ready for it, and I just try to get used to that playing style a little bit. And I got better. I think I shot like 6 to 7 threes this year, and that's my career high. Playing with him obviously is going to be a lot of shots, so got to be ready for that as well.
Hi, Dennis. Janie McCauley from Associated Press. Draymond was saying it's up to them to also adjust a little bit to your style. How much pride do you take in being such a reliable two-way guy? And do you look forward to seeing the way Draymond plays defense on, alongside him?
I always, I'm a realistic guy, so Steph Curry is like a guy who can score 40, 50s, 60s, you know, and for me, I always relied on my defense. At the end of the day, I'm always trying to impact the game on both ends. Obviously, you can't control if the ball goes in, but I can always rely on my effort every single night, on my energy, the leadership I bring, and so that's the reason why I feel really, really excited playing with Draymond, because I mean 2022, like you guys seen, like we was going at it, and I knew him before. People were saying how it's gonna work, but we pretty got a good relationship even before that. So really looking forward to play with another Hall of Famer on the court who was always hell when you was on the other side of it, you know, and who was talking smack, trash, just being competitive and try to, you know, go out there with a win. And to combine that now, I think it's pretty unique and special.
Hi, Dennis. Tristy Rodriguez, NBC Sports Bay Area. Welcome to the Bay. You kind of just talked about it, but the mutual respect between you and Draymond is well documented. We saw Steph welcome you to the team on his Instagram story. So what's your relationship like with those two? Did they reach out to you after the trade, and just how excited are you to team up with them?
Yeah, with Steph, it was funny because my son always asked me for his jersey, and I tried it for like 3 years, 4 years. I was like, yo, Steph, can I, you know, get your jersey? I didn't say it was for my son, but he was like, oh, damn, I gave it to, you know, Lonnie 2022, and I couldn't get it. And then this last game when we played here with Brooklyn, we came back and won that game. It was in my locker, and I was happy, you know, gave it to my son. You know, with Draymond, before we was playing cards, before we played in the playoffs, and Ty Jerome introduced me to him. And everything you see when you don't know him on the court, it's not really Draymond. Really, really cool off the court, try to help his young guys, whoever plays on his team. He's a great leader, vocal. And we had fun, you know, and when it gets to those lines and you don't play on the same team, then you just compete on the highest level. But after that, it's always friendship, or you always cool after that. And that's what I liked about Draymond. And yeah, I can't wait, you know, like I said, on Thursday to get after it with these guys. And I think it's going to be pretty special.
Hi, Dennis. Ron Krejcik from the San Francisco Chronicle. How do you reflect on the significance of carrying the German flag at the Olympics? And sort of related question to that, you've been pretty forthright in the past about the challenges growing up in Germany, dealing with some racism, and how that maybe shaped your mental toughness. Sort of how much did that shape who you are today? And in light of that, what did it mean to carry the flag?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, mental. I mean, I'm 6'1", you know, to be in this league for 12 years, you got to find a way to be, you know, mental toughness. You got to come out with effort. You got to play on the defensive end. You just got to find a way to impact the game without scoring sometimes as well. So growing up in Germany was tough, but it helped me. The man I am today, the father, you know, the brother, son, husband. I learned a lot, you know, just growing up in Germany. Yeah, to carry that flag in the Olympics was probably the biggest thing I ever done, besides my family, having my kids. And my wife, but I think sports related, I think that's the biggest thing I've done in my career, especially, you know, doing it for Germany. Winning the World Cup, of course, was one of the biggest ones, but carrying the flag was on top for sure.
And one quick follow-up, what memories do you have of your dad playing basketball? I know he was a player, and how much did that get you into the game when you were younger?
I mean, he was more of a supporter. I mean, he didn't really play, but he was the biggest supporter every time when I had practice, every time when I had a game. You know, he came, and we always talked about basketball, and he always said, "This is what you can do for a living, and you can, you know, help your whole family with it. You know, carry the load for your family, making sure everybody's good." And he was right. You know, he passed away after that conversation 7 days later, I think, or 6 days. And then everything switched for me, you know. The goal was to play in the NBA, and I'm still doing it. My 12th season now, and more than grateful to be here, and I don't take it for granted. Every single day, every single game, I'm gonna go out and treat it like it's my last. So, it's great, you know, to do that for him.
I'm curious what your son's reaction was when he got the Steph Curry jersey.
The most funniest thing though was when we got traded. I was kind of shocked, and my wife told him we got traded, and he asked where we going, and we said Golden State. He was like, "Oh, we lucky now. It's a good team at least." And that was the first thing, and I had to laugh, and I was in a bad mood. So. He's of course, Steph Curry fan. We battled in London as well with our national team for the NBA showcase, and he got to see him there. And then, of course, in Paris, he's a big fan. He watches every game. All he does is basketball, and he's gonna be thrilled to see him. Even yesterday when I came in and Shai was like, "Is Steph Curry there?" I was like, "You're not gonna ask me how I'm doing?" Like, so he's very, very happy to be here right now.
You mentioned how hard it is to get traded. Obviously, it's tough to be traded in the middle of the season or at any time. You've been moved around a little bit. How much are you hoping that this is a place you can stay for a while? How confident are you that this could be a place that you could be for several years?
For me, it don't really matter if in Europe, how I grew up, one year you play with Braunschweig, then the next year you play with Munich, then next year you play with, I don't really care if I stay in one spot. I just want to be in one spot where I really appreciate it, where people know my value, what I bring to the table every single night, every single day. Having my beautiful family here. If that works out, of course I want to end my career here, you know. But I know the business side of it. I've been here 12 years. I don't have no problem, you know, if they have other, you know, visions. But right now I'm here, and I'm going to be the most professional, most competitive guy every single night, and try to go after it. But it would obviously be nice if you stay at one location, but you got to be, you know, realistic too sometimes, and you just got to know that's a business as well.
What's your son's name and how old is he?
He's a junior, so Dennis. He turned 6 February 11th. So
He turned 6 last February or this coming February?
No, this upcoming.
Gotcha.
Upcoming.
Hey.
No, he doing homeschooling. Yeah, so he can come over. We got the teacher, and then my little baby girl, she's 4, and the youngest one is 2.
And you mentioned your son sort of unprompted a couple times. What does being a dad, and obviously you have 3, what does being a dad sort of mean? How has that, again, sort of shaped you, changed you in recent years?
I mean, that's everything. A lot of people just talk about it, but I try to live it, you know, every single day. Being on the phone if they're not here, 24 hours, being with my family. I think that's the most important. They there in the greatest times when we won the World Cup, but they there when people was talking, I turned down $84 million and the whole world was on my, you know, talking about me. So wasn't true, but they was there in my corner every single day, you know, just being happy, putting a smile on my face, and that's how I treat it, every single day when I come to work, that's for my family, for my kids, for my wife. And it's great when I have him here to give, get the power again. It's always a different feeling when you're away from him. But it's gonna be in a couple of days. They're gonna come over.
What jersey number will you be wearing?
Here?
Yeah.
71.
Is that just because of the reverse of 17, or is there a special significance?
I gotta stay true to them. I think, that was my dad's favorite number. 17 is emotional for me. To wear it every single night, and I was the 17th pick also. So it's just I just gotta stick with it. So I just reverse them.
Closing out games has been a struggle for this team as of late. Not too long ago, you actually lit up this team, and specifically in that fourth quarter. Is that an area where you feel like you can help this team out?
Yeah, I mean, we got one of the best closers in the whole world, with Steph Curry. I think I just be just a help for him, just taking the pressure off of him. Making sure that everybody's in the right spots. I'm in the right spot whenever he plays pick and roll. When when they blitz in the pick and roll, it's 2 on the ball. So on the backside, it's automatic 3 against 2, 4 against 3. And we gotta take that, take that advantage and try to score and get a great shot every single possession. And if Steph Curry gives me the ball and he trusts me, and I just try to make the right play every single time, and I feel comfortable with it. I think we all got to just come together, get the right shots. Everybody have the the mindset of winning the 3, 4, 5 minutes in crunch time and get W's. I mean, they done it for so long. They did it before we beat them here as well. I mean, there was the number 1 seed in the West. So we just got to get back to the little things, chemistry, just making sure we helping one another, body language, just making sure everybody's in a great place and being happy for each other. We started today, got to practice tomorrow, but then we want to start on Thursday against Memphis.
Kerr and Green ignite excitement among Warriors fans with a tantalizing possibility. Has the moment finally arrived? Since being selected 7th overall in the 2021 NBA Draft, Golden State Warriors fans have envisioned Jonathan Kuminga transforming into a star player who can support Stephen Curry and shape the franchise's future. That dream feels closer than ever following Saturday's thrilling victory over the Phoenix Suns, where Kuminga led the team to a crucial 109-105 win at home. Steve Kerr and Draymond Green have hinted that this could be the turning point for Kuminga. In a game featuring MVPs Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant, Kuminga emerged as the standout player, notching an impressive 34 points for the second consecutive game, matching his career high set just 24 hours earlier against the LA Clippers. Kuminga's performance was exceptional throughout, particularly in the clutch moments. After scoring 15 points in the fourth quarter against the Clippers, he added another 13 points and grabbed 5 rebounds in the final 12 minutes against the Suns. His explosive scoring wasn't the only highlight. He also recorded 9 rebounds and 3 assists in over 34 minutes of play. Remarkably, he held Durant to 0 for 3 shooting and forced 3 turnovers in the fourth quarter. This marks the best consecutive performance of Kuminga's career, raising the question, could this be the spark that unleashes the star within him? While fans might hesitate to get their hopes up given past disappointments, Kerr's post-game enthusiasm was unmistakable. I'm incredibly impressed with JK, it feels like he's evolving. He was fantastic, and this is exactly what we're looking for, Kerr said, via Anthony Slater. It feels different to me, there's a new strength in his game. If Kerr's comments weren't enough to stir excitement, Draymond Green took it a step further by comparing Kuminga's potential rise to that of former MVP James Harden. Green noted that Harden spent his first 3 seasons coming off the bench, not becoming a full-time starter until his 4th year in Houston. This comparison is particularly intriguing, as Harden averaged 16.8 points to win the 6th Man of the Year award at 22, while Kuminga is currently averaging 16.7 points at the same age. Kuminga faces an even bigger challenge ahead as he prepares to take on the formidable duo of Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen when the Warriors host the Cleveland Cavaliers on Monday. The anticipation is building. Could this be the moment Warriors fans have been waiting for?